Oh, hey man.
What's going on? Why aren't you Muslim?
I would say I'm not Muslim because if I just look at the life of Jesus compared to the life of um, Prophet Muhammad,
Yep.
they live two very different lives. Um,
So what was
you know,
sinful about the Prophet's life?
I would say one, Prophet Muhammad, he, you know, ordered, or not ordered, but he lived a life of, you know, people. No, what am I saying? He lived a life where he killed, people.
Who did?
Um,
Oh wait, sorry, brother. You have to turn down the language there. So who did he unalive? Give me one person.
people that weren't
Yep.
followers of Islam.
So was it in a war
Infidels, for
setting?
example.
Was it in a war setting, or did he just unalive whoever he wanted?
No, in a war setting.
Okay. So so is Jesus going to come back and come in a war setting and unalive people?
No,
He is in the book. Have you not read the book of Revelation? Jesus is going to come
no, he's
back.
not
He's going to
gonna.
come back on his steed. He's going to come back with a sword, and he's going to unalive those that don't follow him when in the return when he returns. So you need to read the book of Revelation, brother. So Jesus will do that. Moses did that. David did that. Many of God's prophets and kings did that. And God never said, hold up, why are you going at war? They were always justified. God, to the point where, you believe God can even command the G side, all right, to unalive babies and children for the sins of their ancestors. So the point here is, who's the God of the Old Testament? You believe it's Jesus, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah. So Jesus commanded the unaliving of babies and children for the sins of their ancestors in 1 Samuel 15:3. So the point is that you can't bring. That's why arguments against Islam on morality is really arbitrary, because you have to be, for you to be someone who believes in God and to be morally consistent, you have to be a divine command theorist, which basically means whatever God says goes. There's no objective moral standard outside of what just God says, right? So you can't really use anything with regards to the Prophet's supposed immoralities, because it doesn't. Whatever the Prophet did or whatever Islam teaches never gets worse to the point of unaliving babies and children for the sins of their ancestors. Would you agree with that?
there's also another reason why I'd say I wouldn't follow. I
But
don't follow
before we get
Islam,
to that,
even
brother,
though
we,
I've
we,
got a
we, need,
lot
to,
of.
we need to establish, obviously, there needs to be a system, right? Where it's actually systematic, where we're going through points. You brought up the point of immorality. I'm telling you, there's nothing that you think is immoral in Islam that gets as supposedly immoral as unaliving babies and children for the sins of their forefathers. Would you agree with that?
Would I what? Sorry.
Would you agree with the fact that there's nothing in Islam that teaches something worse, morally speaking, than 1 Samuel 15:3, where it says that you are to unalive the babies and children for the sins of their ancestors?
I'm gonna have to read that because
Yeah,
things can be taken out of context.
no problem.
But
I'll give you the whole
obviously,
context. 1 second. So let's read that, then we can go to your next point, God willing. So just give me a sec. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Can you see that? Okay, let's read it together. Samuel said to Saul, I am the one the Lord sent to anoint you king over his people Israel. So listen now to the message from the Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty says. So this is God speaking now, yeah? Verse 2. You following?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you read the rest. Go ahead.
This is what the Lord Almighty says: I'll punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel when they waylaid them as they came up from Egypt. Now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them, put them to death, men and children, infants, cattle, sheep, camels, and donkeys.
Yeah. So if you want to keep reading, you can. But this is G side commanded by God because of what happened 400 years prior with their ancestors. Is there anything in Islam that you think is more immoral than this?
To be fair, it's probably about the same. But
The same. You won't find anywhere in Islam where it says you in war you can unalive babies and children and women. Never. Never.
I mean, there's legit verses that say
Yeah.
to kill infidels.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, bro.
and
You got to
that
tone down the
doesn't.
language again, like I told you. You got to say
Okay,
unalive.
there's verses that say unalive infidels.
Yeah. So
And that's not
under
something
Islam.
that is.
Okay, beautiful. So under Islam, where it says to unalive infidels, can you give me any scholar today or any classical scholar who says this verse is talking about randomly unaliving women and children for no reason? No one will
I
say
don't
that.
know.
No one will say that. This is in the context of a war setting. Unalive the infidels, where in a war setting, we're not allowed to unalive babies, children, women, even men who are from other religions. In our countries, we're meant to protect them, right? There's nothing in Islam that teaches you are to randomly unalive minority groups in your nation, let alone in war unalive babies and children. Never. Not even just unalive babies and children. Unalive babies and children because of what their ancestors did. There's nothing close to this in Islam. So if you want
Even if I look at
go on.
the life of Jesus and the life of Muhammad,
No, but
the teachings
brother,
are very.
Jesus commanded this. Jesus
But
is
the
the God.
teachings,
According to you, Jesus is the one who commanded. This is his teachings. He commanded to unalive babies and children for the sins of their ancestors. So whatever you dislike about the Prophet's lifestyle, equally so I can say, okay, what about this? And you're going to have to be either inconsistent or you're going to have to just throw this verse outside of the Bible.
okay, there's also another reason as well.
So you agree you can't bring anything that it gets as immoral as this verse that I gave you?
No, I mean I can, but
Okay, go ahead.
you
I'm waiting.
talked about it.
I'm waiting for it. So which verse?
The
So you have
last guy
Quran.
talked
You have
about
Quran
it,
and you have Quran and Hadith. From the Quran or the Hadith, show us anything that gets as immoral as unaliving babies and children because of what their ancestors did. I'm waiting. You have all the time in the world, and then we can get to your next point. Because I'm not going to grant you that. That's completely false. There's nothing in Islam that gets close to this at all. So I'm waiting, brother.
Okay, Muhammad's. I don't want to get banned on
Yeah, go ahead.
on this, but Muhammad going with Aisha.
Yeah, so
her
marrying
age.
a girl when she reaches puberty. So what's worse for you? Someone getting married to a girl when she reaches puberty, or a man going ahead and unaliving babies and children for the sins of their ancestors? Answer directly.
I'm just saying, going to
Okay, again, we're going to restart,
with
brother,
a
because I asked you
9-year-old,
to answer it directly. Which is worse,
whether
to
a 9-year-old
unalive
takes
babies and
puberty or
children
not.
for the sins of their ancestors, or marrying a girl when she reaches puberty? Tell me. Go ahead.
I mean, if you want to, what's it? Go picking and choosing. I'm picking.
Okay,
Picking and choosing
we're gonna
points.
restart because I want a direct response. What's worse? This is very crazy that you're thinking about this. Getting married to a girl when she reaches puberty, marriage, not even
No, but you're
fornication,
saying
marriage,
reaches puberty.
marriage with a girl when
Let's
she
just
reaches
say her age.
puberty,
Her age is 9.
and
You
they got
know,
married because girls got married at the age of puberty back then, did they not? So let's go back. Getting married at the age of puberty, not just fornicating, the parental approval, marriage at puberty, whether you want to agree with it or not, what's worse? That, getting married at puberty, or you have unaliving of the babies and children for the sins of their ancestors? Tell me directly, which is worse? G side for the sins of their ancestors, or getting married to someone when they reach puberty?
the thing is, you can see you're picking and choosing, words like
I'm
saying,
not picking and choosing. Bro, we just read
you're
it.
saying
Am I misrepresenting
puberty.
what the Bible says?
Can you say her age?
9 years old, she reached puberty. Girls reach puberty at different ages. The average age is around 12.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
like,
So
you've got
brother, even if
look, a religion should be something that's
what's
timeless.
worse? What's worse? And now you're not being direct about it. That's why I'm not going to continue into your next topic until you're direct about this. Inshallah, she's 9, 10, 11, whatever it might be. I don't care. You can think that's so immoral, the most immoral thing on the earth. Is it as immoral as unaliving that person for the sins of their forefathers, unaliving their parents, unaliving their cousins, their nephews, their uncles, their aunties, unaliving all of them, their baby sister, baby cousin, baby brother, all of them, unalive all of them for the sins of what their forefathers did. What's worse, getting married to that girl when she reaches puberty, or doing what I just stated? Very directly, or you're getting dropped?
You should answer my thing.
Yeah, okay. I'm telling you guys, if they ever bring up anything about the Prophet ﷺ, first up, 1 Samuel 15:3. First up, literally. They have no response to that. Anything that they bring that they think is like a supposed immorality, show them 1 Samuel 15:3. Wallahi, there's nothing close to that in Islam. They wish there was a verse like that in Islam.